Aloha y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to a video that I think I asked y'all if you would be interested in seeing it a while ago, but because I'm lazy and conflicting or whatever, it's taken a while for me to bring it to fruition. But today we are talking about items that I have received in PR that I would actually purchase myself. Now, the majority of my PR has been through Octoly, which is a site where you basically go on as a creator, you beg companies for products, and they may or may not give them to you. You are then required to discuss said product in whatever you've seen a myriad of products typically talked about in my monthly hits and misses, just because that's the easiest for me to include said content. Also, the majority of stuff that I've received is skincare, because they usually have a lot of that, and y'all know that trying new skincare and getting skincare for free is something that I strive for in my life. I do not receive PR. I have received PR twice from Good Molecules, which is a skincare brand, but I don't receive PR from any other just typical makeup companies. But still, when you get something for free and it's all whatever, it may or may not work out for you, same as if you would buy it. But these are things that I've received in PR that I would actually go out, some of which I have purchased myself because I love them that much. So I feel like it is important to start with two of these products. This brand, this is IOPE, which is a Korean skincare brand. They're in like they're not Tatcha prices, but they're not what I would consider affordable. I would say they're like mid-range skincare price, typical what you pay for. And y'all know that I love this brand. And these two products are in my top 5 favorite skincare products. If you want to hear me talk about skincare, I will leave my top skincare product video down below. But the hyaluronic serum from them, my end-all be-all serum. I'm currently working through one other serum that I also got through Octoly so that I can start using the IOPE one again. Because when I use that serum, not only does it hydrate, not only does it plump, not only does it brighten, but it helps my fine lines around up in here, because typically I wash my face, I use a cleanser, and then I'll take it and I'll put it all up in here in my really troubled dry areas. And my texture and my fine lines, my skin, when I use this product, I mean, I started using it just for hydration, and then I knew it was really working when I was like, oh, I didn't realize I had a problem with texture until it started helping my problems with texture. It is the serum that I recommend above all serums. I have yet to find one that is just as good or better than this serum, and it is one of the things that I have repurchased. Then also the exfoliating, what is this even called? The Pro Peeling Gel, which is an exfoliant. They recommend you use it every 2 to 3 days. This exfoliant, I put it up, it's different, but I put it on the same level of holy grailness as the Dr. Brandt microdermabrasion, because when I use this, my skin is literally like a baby's butt. It is so smooth, so soft, so textureless, so just fresh. I was thinking about the word fresh, and I was thinking about the word bright, so it came out as fresh. My skin is so fresh and bright and beautiful. I have repurchased that thing. I'm also currently working through another exfoliator so I can start using this one. They are just so good. Top tier, God level tier skincare for my skin needs. Then something that's actually kind of funny that I would repurchase, y'all should be familiar, or most of y'all be familiar with. I was contacted by a company that was like, hey, we'd like to pay you to talk about these two products. I was like, yeah, I need to make some money. And then I contacted them after I'd done the inclusion in my video, and I was like, I really love the moisturizer. The moisturizer is bomb diggity, but I'm not a fan of the serum. And they're like, well, can you not talk about the serum? And I'm like, kind of don't feel good about that. And they're like, well, let's not do the video. So I didn't get a sponsorship, but they did end up sending me another one of the moisturizers. Like, oh, that's nice. Which is really nice because it's a moisturizer I love. And that is the Meebak Cica cream, which is one of those products. One thing that's very important to remember when it comes to skincare is don't use it for a week and be like, well, it's not doing anything. Minimum for me is 2 weeks. I prefer using something for a month because at that month mark, you're really able to tell if it's doing anything. Good skincare and skincare products, the benefits, the results are acquired through consistent use. And this was one of those products that I was using. I'm like, okay, all right, it's nice. It hydrates, it whatever with redness. And then after about a month, I was like, wait, this is like really bomb diggity. And when I use a new skincare product, I use one new skincare product at a time because then you know what you're bringing into your routine that's different. So you can be like, all right, my skin is it's reacting real bad. You know it's that. Or if your skin starts flourishing, you're like, it's that thing. It's a really affordable. If you've got redness, I would highly recommend this because it's light. It's nice. It does do a very nice plumping, makes your skin very bright and smooth. And just over an extended period of time of use, I noticed how just nicer my skin was. It just really improved the beauty of my complexion over that extended period of time. I would repurchase it. I have the one that they sent me that I haven't broken into yet because I'm working through another moisturizer. I've been so good about finishing up a product before I, open a new one. But highly, highly recommend that. It's so funny that the situation, the paid promotion, the sponsorship ended up whatevering, but it's a great moisturizer. Then a little bit of PR that I actually got, I didn't have to beg for, they came to me, is the Good Molecules Peptide Serum. Now y'all know serums hold a very, very a good place for my heart. So finding a good serum, usually I tend to be a little bit overkill when it comes to my skincare. So after I cleanse or exfoliate or cleanse and then exfoliate, we get to the serum and I'll do one serum in the like real trouble areas and then I'll have one that's for like all over my face. And the peptide one, I put my trouble areas are around the eyes and kind of in this section here. And the peptide one, it wasn't the most for like fixing texture, but it was really nice for just making this area nice and soft and supple and really targeting fine lines and dullness. If you have like dark spots or anything like that, I've used it as like a little pick-me-up underneath my foundation. It dries down really nice. It is an inexpensive serum that I would recommend to people as well as would repurchase for myself. And so far, that's the thing that I'm really, really whatevered about with Good Molecules. The moisturizer was kind of, the cleansing whatever was kind of, I haven't used the nighttime exfoliating treatment enough to know or feel how I feel about that. And they did send me some rosehip oil that I'm going to be trying. But the peptide serum, for the price point and for what it does, definitely something that I would consider repurchasing. Okay, this next one is a touch painful. Part of the problem with receiving things for free is it does sort of, you don't take into consider price point as much because you're getting it for free. And in my skincare favorites video, I talked about the Amorepacific, I believe it's like the Moisture Bound Rejuvenating Gel Cream. And I was like, this is good. I love it. I think it's a little pricey. And then I went onto the Sephora site and it's $150. And that's expensive. That's like taking Tatcha. I mean, Tatcha's like, I'm expensive. And Amorepacific is all like, hold my drink. But after discontinuing use of that moisturizer, and it lasted probably a good 6-7 months of consistent daily use, I noticed that my skin wasn't as smooth. My skin was more prone to breakouts. My skin had more redness. My skin had more texture. My skin wasn't as moisturized. That is one of the only moisturizers I have ever tried that has nearly completely made this little dry patch here of texture obsolete. I have no idea if I am going to repurchase this thing, but it is something that I would consider, something that I would weigh very heavily. I would purchase this over the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream, over the Tatcha Water Cream. It was just a beautiful formula, and I didn't really notice how much goodness it was doing for my skin until I stopped using it. And then I was like, wait, no, come back. I want my skin to be beautiful again. Because when it comes to skincare and makeup, price point doesn't necessarily denote quality or results. So when it comes to super overpriced stuff, I tend to be a bit more skeptical because I'm like, y'all, is it really worth that hefty price tag? So that would be, I feel, one thing that like I would be like for Christmas or anniversary or my birthday, I'd buy it like once a year because it really did wonders, at least for my skin. Another more recent one, this was also through Octoly. It's the first thing I've ever tried from this brand. I did talk about it in a monthly hits and misses, and that is the Mamonde Floral Hydro Cream. Through trying a myriad of different skincare items, I've learned that my normal to dry skin really responds well to those like those gel kind of type ones. I do use a thicker one like the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream or the Vegan Milk Moisturizer at night. But for day to day, just daily moisturizer, I really like those gel hydro cooling whatevers, and that's what this was. And I started using it and I was like, okay, whatever. And this is just kind of like a testament to when it comes to skincare, you need to give it time. You can't just, like I said, you can't just use it and be like, well, it's not giving me results immediately. Yeah, you can tell immediately if your like skin's gonna fall off from using it, but you really need to give it time. You need to give it time to sink in, it needs to finish cooking before you decide whether it does anything for you. And with this thing, this moisturizer, after an extended period of time, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. I'm not sure if it's just as good as the Tatcha Water Cream because I'm using this up. It's kind of the same consistency, that same, that whipped gel, whatever thing. I'm currently trying to use it up and then I'm gonna start working on my Tatcha Water Cream. They're really the same consistency and they kind of have that same feel on the skin. Obviously, I'll find out if it is better or the same or whatever. But it is a more affordable moisturizer that I think if you want something and you need something that's very similar to the Tatcha Water Cream consistency and what it does, this would be something real good to try out, that kind of similar formula. And not, and then not going in on the 68 water cream. Then a moisturizer that at some point I will most definitely repurchase. I feel using this moisturizer is really what kind of really brought me on that gel type whatever formula. Y'all have heard me talk about it, the PUR 4-in-1 Cloud Cream Moisturizer. PUR, their skincare is heavily underrated. I've tried a couple different things from them through Octoly, and I think I've liked most of the skincare stuff. And this moisturizer, once again, it's a lighter, airier, more whipped, kind of like day-to-day moisturizer. And for the sole sake of moisturizing, just giving you that bouncy, beautiful, healthy, hydrated, moisturized skin, it's one of the best I've ever tried. I think if you're someone who has normal to dry skin, it would be a phenomenal moisturizer for you to try out. I need to get through, I've got a couple different moisturizers that I'm working through that I'm trying on, but that is one that I would really like to repurchase. And it's kind of in the same vein as I would say the Tatcha Water Cream, as the Amorepacific, the Hydro whateverness, the Mamonde Hydro Cream. You know, they're all that gel. I wouldn't even say silicone. They're just, it's not like your typical moisturizer feel, but my skin responds really well to that sort of formula for one reason. And I really just sitting here think about that because I was like going through like my empties and stuff like that and trying to figure out products that I've tried. And I was like, yeah, I forgot about that. I really like that. That was blinking good. That was why I was using that. That was like the moisturizer that I was like completely recommending. And I remember using it up and I'm like, I can get just a little bit more out of this bottle because it was really good and I was not happy to give that up. Another PUR item, the Exfoliating Joystick. This is something that I also have repurchased. I think they were on sale at Ulta, or I just wanted to buy it because I liked it. Y'all know your girl loves to exfoliate, potentially too much. I've had a couple people be like, you exfoliate your face too much. And I'm like, but my face look good. This is probably one of the only items, makeup or skincare that's in like a stick form that I like. So it's just, you just scroll it up and then you just kind of put it around that and then you just gently buff away those dry skin cells, those patches, those whatevers. And I admit I'm someone who likes the feel. I get some kind of satisfaction from feeling the physical exfoliation, like chemical ones. I'm like, okay, I don't feel anything. I'm not getting, I mean, they work, but for some reason, I like the act of physically exfoliating. Y'all know I used to use a sugar scrub on my face every day. And thankfully, my skin hasn't revolted against me because of that. Because if I were my skin and someone was using a sugar scrub on me every day, I'd been like, I'm out. But this is just a nice kind of mid exfoliator. They say that it's like deep pore exfoliating. I don't think it really is. It's not one that I use typically every day. If I'm feeling I'm getting a little gunky up in the texture areas, I'd be like, okay, all right, I gotta break this bad boy out and kind of sand it down. But it was really an exfoliating product that I really liked. Like, it was a physical exfoliant, didn't strip the skin, was nice to use, lasted for a while. You know, all in all, it's a product that I really like. And I remember my skin being really nice when I used it. I have been through 2 of them, one that they sent me, one that I bought myself, and I have one that's unopened because I'm going through another exfoliant right now. When I finally get enough empties to do an empty video, that's gonna be lit. Then the only non-skincare item on this list is also a product from PUR, is also a product that is in stick form, but their foundation stick. That was, I think that was the first product I ever got approved for on Octoly, and I was like, what's up? I'm popping. I'm YouTube famous now. And I got it, and you know, I used it. My skincare game was kind of starting to be good, but we hadn't reached the level that we're at now. And so I recently, well, not recently, probably about 3 to 4 months ago, I was like, you know, I've been really in that kick on trying to use products up because I got a lot of products in my collection. And so I pulled it out and I used it and I was like, wow, this is nice. This is so nice. Y'all know my holy grail end all be all primer is the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip Primer. Works beautifully with that. You do not need a lot of this product. I'll do the Hydra Grip Primer. I let it set, I let it cook, and then I'll just dot, and then take my beauty blender and not beauty blender. My 2 favorite sponges are the Wet n Wild one and the Real Techniques one. Those are the only 2 that I use. I actually have a beauty blender I should probably throw away at this point. But the coverage on it, you can shear it out, you can build it up, you know, it's just a really nice, it's very smooth because I find with some stick foundations, I've tried a couple different ones over the years, they can be more conducive to like a more matte, they're kind of drying, they're not the most friendly, they're not the most flattering for dry skin folks, but this one I felt had enough moisture, had enough like, I don't know, just the formula for some reason just worked a lot better than a lot of other stick foundations, and I find it didn't accentuate my texture, my dryness, my fine lines, just basically the imperfections on my face. So I'm working on using that one up. It is a foundation stick that I would definitely repurchase. I'm actually needing to go through and probably purge my foundations again, because if I'm being realistic and I'm being honest, I rotate through the same 5 foundations. Like, that's it. I'm wearing my end-all be-all holy grail, the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation right now. And they're just, for some reason, a lot of more like higher coverage foundations that now that I've got the good skincare game going on, I don't reach for those. I don't like how they look on my skin. But that aside, I would definitely repurchase the PUR Foundation Stick. And that is what I have for you all on the PR products that I would purchase myself. Receiving PR is great. You know, like I said, I've only been through Octoly. I've got good molecules on my whatever. That makes me all kinds of happy. But I think it is really important to pay attention to like what you would actually purchase yourself versus just like, oh yeah, this is nice, I'll recommend it because I got it for free. So it was really actually kind of fun to look through and think about these products that I've used and really enjoyed, and products that I would actually invest in myself. Like, those IOPE I will be buried with those. You better, in my casket, in my whatever, you're going to use those products on my face before you put me in the box and you put me in the ground. So good. Highly recommend those, and they're just absolute holy grails. I could probably do this potentially maybe again. I haven't received a huge amount of PR in my time on YouTube, more clothes than makeup. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on these products down below, but thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!